I pushed open the door to the maternity ward with a sense of anticipation, only to have it crushed under the weight of the scene before me. There, in a room filled with the soft coos of a newborn, was Emily, my childhood friend, and Jack, the man I called my husband. Between them lay the undeniable truth, a baby, their baby. "Anna, you're here." Emily's voice was falsely cheerful. "Meet Ethan, our little miracle." The words hit me like a physical blow, yet I managed to find a smile. "He's beautiful, Emily. Congratulations." Jack stood there, a picture of conflict. "Anna, I can explain," he stammered. I held up my hand, stopping him mid-sentence. "No need, Jack. I think the situation speaks for itself." Emily's eyes gleamed with a mix of victory and spite. "We didn't plan this, Anna. These things just happen." The coldness in my chest spread as I looked at them, my life unraveling in front of my eyes. "Yes, things just happen," I echoed hollowly. Jack's eyes begged for understanding. "Anna, please, let's talk about this." I shook my head, the reality setting in. "There's nothing to discuss, Jack. You've made your choice." Emily butted in, her voice sharp. "It's not like you were starting a family anyway. What with your career and all." I felt a surge of anger, but quickly masked it with a calm exterior. "My career has nothing to do with this betrayal, Emily. You know that." Jack tried to reach out, his face etched with regret. "Anna, I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you." I stepped back, avoiding his touch. "But you did, Jack. You both did." Turning to leave, I could feel their eyes on my back, heavy with unspoken words and guilt. As I walked out, Emily's voice, laced with fake concern, followed me. "Take care, Anna. We really are sorry." Outside, the hospital's pristine halls felt suffocating. I pulled out my phone with trembling hands and dialed a familiar number. "It's me." It happened. The baby, it's Jack's. My voice was steady, belying the chaos within. "I need your help. We need to meet immediately." The call ended, and I was left staring at the sterile walls, my mind racing. This was not just a betrayal, it was a declaration of war, and I was not going to retreat. A week later, I sat across from my old friend, Lisa, at a quiet cafe downtown. Lisa had been my confidant since college, the one person who knew me inside out. "Anna, how are you holding up?" Lisa's concern was evident in her eyes. I took a deep breath, steadying my voice. "I'm managing. It still feels unreal, you know?" Lisa reached across the table, squeezing my hand. "I can only imagine. But why did you want to meet? Is there something you're planning?" A flash of determination crossed my face. "I can't let them get away with this, Lisa. I need to do something." Lisa leaned in, her expression serious. "What are you thinking, Anna?" I hesitated for a moment before speaking. "I want to expose them, make them feel the pain they've caused me." Lisa nodded, understanding my need for retribution. "Do you have a plan?" I outlined my idea, watching as Lisa listened intently. "First, I need to gather evidence. Texts, emails, anything that proves their affair." "Smart move," Lisa commented. "But how will you get this evidence?" "I have access to Jack's laptop. He's careless with passwords, and I know Emily's routine. It won't be difficult to catch her off guard." Lisa's eyes narrowed in thought. "And after you get this evidence?" I felt a cold resolve settle within me. "I'm going to expose them publicly. At the Smith family reunion next month, Jack's entire family will be there." Lisa's eyes widened. "That's bold, Anna. But what about the repercussions?" I met her gaze squarely. "I've thought about it. I'm ready for whatever comes next. They need to pay for their betrayal." Lisa sighed, offering a supportive smile. "I'm with you, Anna. Whatever you need, I'm here." I felt a surge of gratitude for Lisa's unwavering support. "Thank you, Lisa. I'll need your help to pull this off." We spent the next hour strategizing, plotting each step with meticulous care. As I left the cafe, a sense of purpose filled me. Jack and Emily had shattered my world, but I was going to rebuild it on my terms. They would soon learn the cost of their deceit. The evening was chilly as I parked outside Jack's office building, waiting. Tonight was crucial. I needed to access his laptop to find undeniable proof of his betrayal with Emily. As Jack's car finally pulled out of the parking lot, I slipped inside, using the spare key he didn't know I had. My heart pounded as I made my way to his home office, a room once filled with shared dreams and now just a symbol of his deceit. I booted up his laptop, my fingers flying over the keys. Emails, messages, photos, the evidence of their affair unfolded before me. My heart ached, but I pushed the pain aside. This was about justice now. "Anna, what are you doing here?" I spun around, startled. Jack stood in the doorway, his face a mix of surprise and guilt. I could ask you the same, Jack, working late or just avoiding coming home. My voice was steady, but my insides churned with anger. Jack sighed, running a hand through his hair. I'm sorry, Anna. I know I've hurt you. I scoffed, turning back to the laptop. Sorry doesn't even begin to cover it, Jack. I trusted you. Jack moved closer, his voice softening. Anna, let's talk. We can fix this. I spun around, anger flaring. Fix this? How, Jack? By pretending you didn't betray me with my best friend? Jack flinched at my words, but his expression hardened. It wasn't planned, Anna. It just happened. I laughed bitterly. It just happened. That's your excuse? You destroyed our marriage, Jack. Jack's gaze dropped. I know I made a mistake, but I still love you, Anna. I shook my head in disbelief. Love? Is that what you call this? Sneaking around lying to my face? Jack reached out, but I stepped back. Don't, Jack. We're beyond that now. My eyes returned to the laptop screen, the evidence glaring back at me. I have what I need now. Proof of your little affair. Jack's eyes widened in panic. Anna, please, think about what you're doing. I met his gaze, my resolve unwavering. I have thought about it, Jack, and I'm just getting started. Leaving Jack standing there, I walked out with the evidence I needed. It was time for them to face the consequences of their actions. The day of the Smith family reunion arrived, a perfect stage for the unveiling of Jack and Emily's deceit. I had meticulously planned every detail, the evidence securely tucked away in my purse. As I entered the grand hall, adorned with family portraits and laughter, I felt a surge of adrenaline. This was it, the moment of truth. Jack spotted me first, his eyes widening in surprise and worry. Anna, you came. I wasn't sure you'd... I cut him off with a cold smile. Miss this? Not for the world, Jack. Emily, seeing me, hesitated before approaching with a forced smile. Anna, it's good to see you. I nodded curtly, my gaze scanning the room. Quite the gathering, isn't it? As dinner commenced, I felt the eyes of Jack's family on me, their whispers barely concealed. I bided my time, waiting for the perfect moment. Finally, as the toasts began, I stood, my heart pounding in my chest. May I have your attention, please? The room fell silent, all eyes on me. Jack's face drained of color, a silent plea in his eyes. But it was too late for pleas. I have something to share, I began, my voice steady. About Jack and Emily. A collective gasp filled the room as I pulled out the photos and messages, displaying them for all to see. The evidence of their affair, undeniable and raw. The reactions were immediate and varied. Shock, anger, disappointment. Jack's mother looked like she might faint, while his father's face reddened in fury. Emily tried to interrupt, her voice shrill. Anna, please, this isn't what it looks like. I turned to her, my gaze cold. Isn't it? It looks like betrayal to me. It looks like my husband and my best friend stabbing me in the back. Jack finally found his voice, his tone desperate. Anna, I'm so sorry. Please, let's talk about this. I shook my head, my resolve firm. There's nothing left to say, Jack. You've made your bed, and now you can lie in it. The room erupted into chaos, family members voicing their outrage and disappointment. Jack's father approached me, his expression one of deep regret. Anna, we had no idea. I'm so sorry you had to go through this. I nodded, feeling a strange sense of relief amidst the turmoil. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I just thought you all deserved to know the truth. As I left the room, the weight of the past month seemed to lift off my shoulders. I had done it, exposed their lies, their betrayal. The path ahead would be challenging, but for the first time in a long time, I felt a sense of hope. In the weeks following the family reunion, the fallout from my revelation was more devastating than I had anticipated. Jack's family, once a pillar of support and pride, had shunned him, and Emily was now a pariah, her true character exposed. I sat across from Lisa at the same cafe where we had plotted our strategy, watching the ripple effects unfold. They're getting what they deserve, I said, a bitter taste in my mouth. Lisa sipped her coffee, her eyes reflecting the gravity of the situation. How are you holding up, though? This must be hard on you, too. I shrugged, my emotions a complex web. It's a relief, honestly, but it's also empty. I wanted justice, and I got it, but at what cost? Lisa reached over, her touch reassuring. You stood up for yourself, Anna. Don't ever regret that. News of the scandal had spread like wildfire. Jack had been suspended from his job pending an investigation, and Emily's social circles had turned their backs on her. Their affair, once hidden in shadows, was now in the harsh light of public scrutiny. I learned from mutual friends that Emily had tried to reach out to me, but I had no interest in her apologies. She had made her choice, and now she was living with the consequences. Jack, on the other hand, had become a shell of the man I once knew. He called me repeatedly, leaving voicemails filled with apologies and pleas for forgiveness, but I couldn't find it in me to feel sympathy for him. He had broken the vows we made, the trust we built. One evening I received a call from Jack's mother. Her voice was weary, filled with sadness. "Anna, I just wanted to apologize on behalf of our family. We never knew about Jack's indiscretions. You didn't deserve any of this." Her words were kind, but they did little to soothe the pain. "Thank you, Mrs. Smith. I appreciate your call." As the call ended, I looked out the window, watching the world go by. The streets were busy with life, people moving on, unaffected by the turmoil in my world. I realized then that it was time for me to move on, too. I had gotten my revenge, exposed the lies and deceit, but holding on to the anger and bitterness would only poison me further. I made a decision that day. It was time to close this chapter of my life and start anew. Jack and Emily had chosen their paths, and now I was choosing mine, a path towards healing and hopefully happiness. Several months had passed since I had laid bare the truth about Jack and Emily. The once tumultuous storm of emotions had settled into a calm acceptance. I found myself in a new phase of life, one marked by self-discovery and rebuilding. Lisa and I met again at our usual cafe, a place that had witnessed the unfolding of my revenge, and now my renewal. "You seem different, Anna. Lighter, somehow," Lisa observed, her eyes searching mine. I smiled, feeling a sense of peace I hadn't known in a long time. "I am different, Lisa. The whole ordeal with Jack and Emily, it forced me to reevaluate everything. I've let go of the anger. It was consuming me." Lisa smiled back, visibly relieved. "I'm so glad to hear that. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die." I nodded in agreement. "And I've got news. I've decided to start a new chapter in my life." Lisa leaned in, her curiosity piqued. "Do tell." "I'm moving," I announced. "A new city, a new job, a fresh start." Lisa's smile broadened. "That's wonderful, Anna. You deserve all the happiness in the world." I sipped my coffee, feeling a sense of excitement for the future. "Thank you, Lisa. I'm looking forward to it." "Oh, and there's something else." "What is it?" Lisa asked, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. I hesitated for a moment, the words feeling surreal even to me. "I've met someone. His name is Michael. He's different, kind, understanding. We've been seeing each other for a few weeks now." Lisa's excitement was palpable. "Anna, that's amazing. Tell me everything about him." As I shared details about Michael, I realized how far I had come from the broken woman I was months ago. The pain inflicted by Jack and Emily's betrayal would always be a part of my story, but it no longer defined me. I had taken control of my narrative, turning a painful ending into a hopeful beginning. The sun set outside the cafe, casting a warm glow over the bustling city. Life moved on, relentless and beautiful in its persistence, and so did I, stepping into a future filled with possibilities and the promise of new beginnings.